Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 6th. You have this blessed card and this exchanging gifts card, so obviously there could be some sort of blessing coming in for you, even though you start with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. We'll have to see what that's about. You could just be healing. It does seem like a healing week to me. A lot of people have had, not exactly the same messages, but a lot of people in their first row have had something about healing or releasing or letting go of something that has happened to them. So it could just be one of those weeks where we are kind of letting go, and it kind of makes sense. It's the beginning of the year. People could just be letting go of their old story or about things that they've been through, and they could be healing from it, which is kind of what this reading looks like, really. And the rest of the reading so far is very good. So I think that there could be blessings coming in for you, or there could be a blessing. And yeah, the rest of it looks very, very good here, Libra. So I would say turn that frown upside down, right? And you start with the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, of course, or sadness. And you have the Ten of Swords, which could be being stabbed in the back or feeling like someone stabbed you in the back. The whole point of the Three of Swords is forgiveness. So we have to remove those swords from our own heart so that we can move forward. And we can do that through forgiveness. I always say we don't have to forgive a person directly with the Three of Swords. All we have to do is forgive them in our heart, and then we will be set free. So the whole point of the card is to forgive, in your heart. Again, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. And so the whole point of the Ten of Swords is that he needs to realize that the situation that he was in has changed and it's over, and now he needs to get up off the ground and start moving forward. The card itself can say that something, even though it hurt, was a blessing in disguise. He's making the symbol right here with his hand. And it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card, and it just represents a blessing in disguise. So I feel for a lot of you that even if something hurt, or if a person hurt you, or again, this could be like a job or a situation that hurt you as well, that really the fact that it didn't work out could be a blessing in disguise. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores. And so again, this is good news, I would say, because it's kind of saying that you are releasing a past situation. The thing with the Six of Swords is that this woman and the child in the boat, they are bringing nothing with them but the clothing on their back. So they are completely starting over on the other side for the hopes of a brighter future. They don't actually know if, things are going to be an improvement, but they're not bringing anything with them. So, if you are moving on from something, the Six of Swords kind of represents completely releasing the past so that you can move forward and heal, or get somewhere better, or improve your situation, which is kind of what I think this reading is encouraging you to do. I think it's encouraging a complete fresh start, basically. So let's see what we get. With the Three of Swords, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking, and so the Two of Swords kind of represents needing to get out of your head in some ways. She is crossing the swords normally over her heart, so she's trying to protect her heart. It's kind of interesting as well that you have the Page of Pentacles here, which could be something new. So she needs to let down her guard on the Two of Swords for a new situation. And, I kind of feel that's where the healing is coming in for you, Libra, is that it's saying you need to let down your guard so that something new and better can come in. Yeah, with the Ten of Pentacles, with the Ten of Swords, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Of course, it doesn't mean that you're going to have everything you want and desire. I always say Ten of Pentacles is building and leaving a legacy. So it's we have to put the work in to build and leave the legacy that we desire. And then we go this way. We go Wheel of Fortune, Empress, Fool, which is amazing. So the Wheel of Fortune would be about taking control of the direction of your destiny, or taking control of the vision. The Ten of Pentacles can just be your ultimate vision for your life. And I feel that this is saying, to the Three of Wands, don't wait. Start creating your Ten of Pentacles, right? With the Six of Swords, you have the Lovers. If this was love, I definitely feel there's a new person coming in. You have that Page of Pentacles. So there could be a new person coming in for you, which I'm pretty sure came up in your last reading as well, that there could be a new connection or a new direction, new type of person coming in for you, which I think would be great. So if you're looking for new love, I definitely feel there could be a new love coming in here. And that's really all I'm getting off of that Lovers card. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this deeply rooted in love card. It says something is emerging from your innermost, from the depths of your most intimate desires. You also have this bare tree. It says don't waste your energy or efforts on something that is clearly not bearing fruit. I think everybody needs to pay attention to this right now. We still have Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune is going to move into Aries, but it's going to retrograde this year in June back into Pisces. And Neptune and Pisces is an illusion. We can get more caught up in the fantasy during Neptune and Pisces. It kind of creates this fantasy, around desires or things that we want, and we really need to pay attention to the evidence. So if something is not working, we really need to pay attention to the fact that something is not working and we need to make a change. And so I feel this is encouraging you to say, like, if there are things that you're working on that aren't working, change. If things are working, and you see the evidence, then keep doing it. You have this deeply rooted in love card. So again, I think a lot of people need to follow their heart at this time as well. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Wands. Definitely could be a new person coming in for you. I feel like I feel like saying the word unusual. Like this person might be a little unusual and they might be eccentric in some way. Definitely popping into my head. Definitely could be a fire sign, could be any sign, general reading, but you have the King of Wands here. Pretty much every single reading you get fire with me. Again, that does not mean that it has to be a fire sign, but I'm just saying you always get a fire sign in readings with me, so could be a fire sign. You have the Wheel of Fortune, could be a Sag, could also be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or a Leo with the Wheel of Fortune, but if you want love, could be a new person. I feel like this is something that starts as communication. I always say that, Page of Pentacles, usually we start by communicating with a person, and then we kind of go from there. The Page of Pentacles is also about learning. And so if this is a person, usually we have to learn the person, and they're going to have to learn you as well. It's kind of like one of those things where if you're dating a different type of person than you're used to, there might be little things that you have to learn. And I don't know, it's popping into my head. So there you go. You have the Wheel of Fortune. I kind of feel, it's kind of weird because I feel like Chariot energy here. I feel like the universe is saying you really need to take control of the reins. You really need to take control of your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny, but it's your destiny how you see it. It is your personal vision for your life. And so you might have a bigger vision for what you want to accomplish in life or where you want to go in life. And I really feel this is encouraging you to really, really grab on to to your vision. Or, I think it's really, really encouraging you to grab on to making something happen. And that's what I would do here with the Wheel of Fortune. You have the King of Wands, kind of the same energy, although I do feel this is a person. The King of Wands, he wants us to be bold, assertive, really wants us to make things happen. So if you're working on any projects or new directions or even new relationships, the King of Wands is about really making it happen. And, that's what I would do here. He's also a card of foresight, or he is a little bit of a visionary. And you have the Three of Wands, which is kind of a card of foresight or seeing the future. And I would definitely encourage you to focus or pay attention to any new ideas that you have, especially with the Page of Pentacles as well. I would also say that, again, I feel this is a person that you could be attracting. Here you go. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. So, definitely communication with a King of Wands type person. Again, if it's not a fire sign, I would say it's someone who comes off as very fiery, very bold, very assertive, hardworking, could even be entrepreneurial as well. But, definitely a new person. And again, if you're not interested in 11, even if you are, I would also be exploring your ideas with that Page of Pentacles, because the King of Wands, he has very futuristic ideas. And again, futuristic ideas are what's going to be successful with Pluto and Aquarius for sure. So I would be embracing those ideas. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can represent feeling left out in the cold. This is kind of again, saying that if you feel left out in the cold, you need to take control of your situation and make something happen. And with the going to Three of Wands, the Three of Wands kind of says we have to do something we have never done before. He is looking at those boats that are on the water here, and those boats are going somewhere he's never been before. So to change your life, you have to literally change your life. With the King of Wands, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, a lot of people read as lying, cheating, stealing, but again, really, the Seven of Swords is a good card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. And so, obviously, I would pay attention if a person is tricky, but the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. he is normally stealing the swords from an army that's in the background of the card, and so he is doing something in a different way. The other thing that's popping into my head is you might be a little concerned if you are meeting a new person, because the Seven of Swords, he has polka dots on his cloak. Polka dots in the tarot can represent taking things too seriously. I kind of get the feeling, remember what I said, like unusual or something like that about this person? Maybe you feel like they're not taking the connection seriously at first, or maybe they're just more playful, and they're kind of like being more playful is kind of the feeling I get here with this person. And it's like maybe they don't want to take things like seriously at first. That does not mean they're not going to commit, but I just get this feeling of them being very playful, and so that that might be something you have to work through with this person if you're meeting a new person. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Awaken card and this Remember card. Yes, I feel like you need to remember like your 10 of Pentacles, right? It's like sometimes I think we need to remember why we do things, in the first place, right? It's like, especially with the Seven of Swords energy, taking things too seriously, it's like sometimes I think we need to remember like our original intention for doing something, and that can be helpful for putting things into the right perspective. You know what I mean? So like I don't really have any good examples for you here, Libra, but it's like even this for me, right? It's like I take what I do seriously, but it's like I don't take the whole influencer thing like seriously. Like I feel very lucky to be able to do this and like make a living doing reading pieces of paper with pictures on them, right? But like I also know that it could disappear just like that. So it's like I take it seriously, but I also don't take it like so seriously, right? Like I'm not taking it too seriously, if that makes sense. Like balance it, right? It's like I said, I'm like always very grateful for what I've been able to create, but I never think that like that this is something that can last forever, right? And I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. And so that's kind of like what I feel here. It's like saying that you need to create balance in something that you're doing. You have the Three of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth and looking forward at new opportunities in the future. So I definitely feel like exploring new opportunities would be a good idea. And what I was saying with this whole remember thing is like I think that putting things into perspective and like remembering why you're doing something will help you. It's like there are obviously days where I don't want to do this, right? Where I don't want to wake up and do readings, but I always remember like during those moments, which are few and far between. But I definitely have my moments, right? I'm not perfect, but there are definitely moments, and I always remember like why I'm doing this. That like really this originally just started as a fun hobby, right? It was not, I was just doing it because I had nothing else to do at the time when I first started the channel. And so I always remember that, like remember where you came from, and I feel like both of these cards, the Remember card and the Three of Wands, are kind of like saying that. They're like saying, remember where you came from and look at where you're going as well. You have the Empress. I feel like someone finds you very attractive for sure at this time, and it doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, whatever. I think you're just showing up as attractive at this time. I mean, you are a Libra. Libras are considered like the most attractive sign, so it kind of makes sense to me. But I definitely feel that we have the King of Wands this way and this way. It's like someone sees you as their wish, or someone will see you as being very attractive to them. So I would, if you want love, I would definitely get out there. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is all about following your enthusiasm or being enthusiastic. And I think that you need to do things that you are enthusiastic about. Again, the reason that I would do this for free. I would keep, even if I only had 1,000 subscribers when I started, I would still be doing this because it's like what I want to do, right? I am, for the most part, most of the time, I am enthusiastic about doing it. So, I think the Page of Wands is saying that. It's like saying, remember what your original intentions were when you started something, or if you're starting something, and follow your enthusiasm. As long as you feel excited about something, then keep doing it, right? With the Three of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. I feel like this is a very serious person. The King of Pentacles, the King of Wands can kind of be going both ways, but the King of Pentacles is someone who wants to build something long term. So this definitely could be a fire sign, or now it could be an earth sign. Take it how it resonates. But, I think there's definitely a person, for those of you that are single, that could be coming in for you. With the Empress, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze, Libra? I'm laughing because I always forget that I say this to you every single reading, and you always get the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is really about really paying attention to the evidence, like really looking at the work you do and saying, like, is it worth it or not? The Queen of Wands, all she has to do is wave that scepter in front of her, and the wheat in front of her will grow. She has to do very little work to get a good result, right? And so I think that we can all become more efficient over time. It's like, again, not to talk about myself too much here or to brag, but, it's like I do the same amount of work as other readers, but I get a much bigger result because I have learned like what works, what doesn't, and I double down on the good stuff. And it's like, it's a very simple formula, right? And the Wheel of Fortune says the same thing. Wheel of Fortune, we want to live at the center of the wheel. There are good things that happen, bad things that happen. When good things happen, we want to double down on what works. When bad things happen, we want to get rid of those things. So it's like we can become more efficient over time, where we can do the same amount of work, put in the same amount of effort, but get a bigger result. I think the Empress is encouraging you to look at your work as well as love, but, to look at your work and say, what gets me a bigger result? And, I would double down on that stuff. With the Page of Wands, you have the Emperor. Can't make this up. There's definitely like a divine counterpart coming in for you. It is a good year for love for you, Libra. I did a love reading yesterday with Devin Dewar on her channel, and we did it for 2025, and I think Libra's reading was really good. And we were talking about how love for Libra in 2025 is really good. So, definitely could be the year where you meet like a divine counterpart. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Surrender Now card and this turkey spirit that says, give with grace and gratitude. Turkeys are symbols of abundance, so there definitely could be a lot of abundance coming in for you with the Empress. And I think that you need to surrender to change because we have the Death card, the Fool, and the Nine of Cups. The Death card's coming up in the good stuff. I consider the Death card to be a good card anyway. It can just represent a transformation or a change that you're going through. So I think a lot of you could be going through some sort of transformation or change at this time, and it will probably be a good thing for you. You have the Fool showing up here. The Fool can represent taking a leap of faith in a new direction. I feel that for a lot of you, there could be a lot of new directions popping up for you. It's kind of funny because I definitely feel you could be one of those signs that it has a lot of options just in life in general in 2025. The Fool says, like, do things based off of experience. He has these tattered sleeves. And so the Fool, the tattered sleeves basically say he has been on this journey before. I actually do think that it could be a good year for you to repeat things, but I'm not talking about mistakes, right? Like, let's say you started a business 10 years ago and it didn't work out, but now you want to start it again. It's like, I would start it again, pay attention to what you didn't pay attention to the first time, make sure you learned from the mistakes you made the first time, but I would also adapt and evolve to the new technologies and things like that are coming out. I think as long as you're staying like forward focused, meaning that, again, you're paying attention to the new opportunities, and that it would be a good time to kind of like rebirth an old idea. And I get that feeling here. Death, Fool, it's kind of like rebirthing something that you've tried in the past. And again, I'm not saying you're doing exactly the same thing, but you might be doing something similar but different. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is all about fulfillment. The whole, this whole part here is about fulfillment, especially with the Empress. So, it could be a good time to like nurture yourself or take really good care of yourself or listen to yourself. And, that's kind of what I would do with that energy is listen to yourself. With the Death card, you have two cards. You have the Four of Cups and the World here. The World is about like an accomplishment or an achievement. The Four of Cups, I love this Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot. And the Four Cups, those three cups are pouring into one cup. I always say the solution to the Four Cups is to mix all the lessons you've learned together. Normally the guy on this card has been disappointed 3 times before. He's getting a new offer, but he's not accepting it because he's been disappointed before. This card says you need to mix all the lessons together, but with this card, it's like you're doing it. And the World could be like an accomplishment. With the Fool, you have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords basically says you see clearly now. Queen of Swords could be your energy as well, showing up in the reading. So you could just be showing up in a very strong position. The Queen of Swords also would say if you are taking advantage, like if you are rebirthing an old opportunity, it could say that you are, that you see what you didn't see the first time. So it's like you're seeing what you need to change, right? Yeah, with the Nine of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. And like if you have love coming in, amazing. Very good. This might also be like if you don't want love, or if you already have love, this could say that you're just working on like a new idea, or you're falling in love with like a new direction, or something new in your life. So I would pay attention to that as well. You have this bell card. It says announcement on it. There could be some sort of exciting announcement or good news. A lot of people have been getting cards of good news this week. You have this dog far away. It says a distant friend is thinking of you. Yeah, if you have a friend or someone that pops into your head, you might want to reach out to that person. That could be important this week. You have this mountain road card. It says you're on the road to success. Yes, there definitely could be a lot of success or growth coming in for you at this time. You have this gong card. It says an exciting event. I would, it could be meeting this person. So I really feel there could be like a meeting of a new person that you like fall in love with in the future. You also have this beetle. It says good fortune on it. So there definitely could be like good fortunes coming in for you this week as well. You have the best reading this week. Everybody else's readings were a little bit sketchy, Libra. So it looks like a good week for you. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.